Her life depended on the young man removing her armor. She could breathe. The air on Yavith. 6 was poison to most species, thick with sulfur and heavy metals. For humans, it burned the lungs. For Threxian warriors, it was barely survivable, even with full armor. She had crashed there an hour ago. Smoke billowed from the remains of her fighter, twisted like melted bone. The blackened ground hissed under her weight as she crawled out of the cockpit. Her name was Kaelari, and she was elite, a combat-tested Threxian enforcer bred for war, and trained never to rely on anyone. And yet now, each breath came harder. Her suit had been damaged. Her filtration system was failing, and she was suffocating. Slowly, she fell to her knees in the ash. From the distance came a sound. Bootsteps. Someone approached. She drew her blade weakly, lifted her head, and saw him. A young human, unarmed, dust-covered. Just a civilian by the look of him. And yet he didn't run. "Hey!" he called out, coughing through his own breath mask. "You're alive." Kaelari tried to warn him, tried to speak, but the air choked her words. He moved closer anyway. "I saw your ship go down," he said. "Didn't think anyone would survive that crash." She slumped forward, gasping. That was when he noticed a hissing noise, the small trail of green steam leaking from a vent on her backplate. "Wait," he said. "Your suit? It's failing, isn't it?" Her golden eyes widened behind her helmet visor. He took a knee beside her. "Can you breathe without it?" Kaelari managed a slow, shaking nod. "Then I need to get this off you." Her hand grabbed his wrist with surprising strength. She growled a word in her native tongue. "You don't trust me," he said. She didn't, but she was dying. And this human, he didn't look like a soldier. He looked like hope. With trembling fingers, he began unfastening the armor seals. The plating was alien, interlocked, curved, warm to the touch. The main lock over her chest required 2 hands and a guess. As he worked, her breathing grew more ragged. Her head drooped against his chest. "Hurry," she rasped in a harsh whisper. "Can't hold breath." "I'm trying," he said, panicked. He found a hidden lever near her ribs. The chest plate disengaged with sharp hiss, exposing a flexible mesh underneath. The moment the pressure equalized, the armor gave way, and Kaelari gasped. She inhaled deeply, air rushing into her lungs. It was painful, raw, but breathable. She collapsed against him, shuddering. "You saved me," she whispered. The young man stared down at her, stunned. "I guess I did." He helped her sit against a nearby boulder, carefully removing the rest of her armor. Her gauntlets, her leg braces, her scorched shoulder plating. Beneath the armor, Kaelari was lithe and muscled, her skin a deep bronze hue with faint blue patterns tracing down her arms like glowing tattoos. She looked at him with steady eyes, still alert despite the pain. "What's your name?" she asked after a while. "Rowan," he said. "Just a supply runner. I live in the outpost a few clicks west." "You're not military." "No. You? I was." He noticed her hesitation. Her voice held sorrow. "Was?" he asked gently. "My squad was destroyed in orbit. I'm sorry." She closed her eyes. "So am I?" They rested in silence for a time. The wind howled over the barren hills, scattering ash across the broken planet. Kaelari coughed hard, holding her side. Rowan noticed black marks creeping along her exposed skin. "You're sick," he said. "My body absorbed too many toxins before you remove the armor. We need to get you to the outpost. There's a decantam unit." "I won't make it." "You will," he said. "I'll carry you." She gave a weak smile. "You are very small. I'm stronger than I look." And so he lifted her. Her body was heavier than expected, dense with combat muscle and alien physiology. Still, he carried her across the wasteland, one step at a time. She kept drifting in and out of consciousness. Sometimes she spoke in Threxian. Sometimes she whispered things he didn't understand. Memories of battles, names of fallen comrades, a lullaby that made his chest ache even though he'd never heard it before. She gripped his shirt. "You risked yourself for me," she murmured, "because I couldn't watch you die. There is no logic in it. There doesn't have to be." They reached the outpost by dusk. The medic stared in shock as Rowan stumbled in, carrying a half-conscious alien warrior. "What the hell is that?" one of them shouted. "She's not of that," Rowan barked. "She's a person, and she needs help." The staff hesitated. Protocol was clear. Alien combatants were to be quarantined, if not outright detained. But Rowan refused to let go, and something about his eyes, desperate, defiant, made them stop and listen. Kaelari was treated in the decantam chamber. The poison was purged slowly. Antidotes administered. Her vitals steadied. Rowan sat by her side the whole time, despite warnings. She might be dangerous, they told him. "She's already proven she's not," he said. 3 days passed. On the 4th, she opened her eyes fully. Clear, strong. "You stayed," she said, voice rough. "Didn't plan to go anywhere," Rowan replied. She smiled faintly. "You're a strange human. I've heard worse." She reached out and touched his hand. "Where I'm from, life debts are sacred," she said. "I owe you mine." "I don't want a debt," he said. "Then take a promise." He raised an eyebrow. "Of what?" "That I will find you again. And one day, I will save you too." Epilogue, months later. A skirmish broke out on the edge of human territory. Pirates, unknown ships, attacked a convoy. Rowan was aboard one of the transports, cornered by enemy fire. Sure he wouldn't make it. Then the clouds broke. A sleek black ship descended, marked with glowing blue lines. And Kaelari stepped out, her armor gleaming, a new insignia on her shoulder, Ambassador. She fought like fire incarnate. After the pirates were defeated, she walked to Rowan, pulled off her helmet, and grinned. "Now we're even." He smiled back. "Not even close."